Welcome to Otherwise, guys. It's your boy Coolish Core. Right now, I'm here with.
Hey guys, it's your favorite bruja, Zasha Anishka, the divine and the authentic.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm tired. How are you?
Doing all right. Tired from what?
So I was just on the road. I went to Gainesville for the Kodak and Arto Witt concert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I had to assist a little bit on the road with it, but it was worth it. A good 24 hours of my life, but it was worth
You
it.
got to meet Kodak.
So I didn't do any one-on-ones. It was just too much going on. But up close and personal for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. How was it behind the scenes, like at these huge events? 'Cause a lot of people don't get a chance to go back.
It's hectic. It's a lot going on. This time we didn't mean the team that weren't necessarily too hands on, but it was hectic in general. Like security, you know what I'm saying, catering, making sure everybody's good on time. The artists do the most and be having like 100 people with them. So it's like trying to make sure they're all good. Parking.
That's always hell.
Yeah, so it's just a lot. It's a lot. Like it's a lot. I can see how stressful it could be for an organizer to definitely put it all together for sure.
Gotcha. So, you were co-host on Off the Top podcast.
Yes, I do.
How did that happen?
I manifested it. Like I literally manifested that. Not necessarily what off the top, but in general. I remember. I want to say I would give it about like 90 days ago. So like about 3 months ago. I wrote a status on Facebook and was like, somebody need to put me on their platform. Like I got stuff to talk about, and everybody just kept throwing different. Oh, you should do your own, or you could be this, you could be that. But I was like, it really didn't. It didn't align with me. Um, and I just kind of sat on it. Funny story. I ended up running to how I knew it was coming. So I know one of her cameraman, RD, and then uh I ran into her at the wax place and then and then that was her. But I just felt like I'm a big energy person. So when I seen her, I was kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to say her energy was familiar, but it was like, you're going to end up seeing her again or you're going to be around her again. Like, it was just different. So I ended up talking to my best friend and he was like, yeah, Monty said that she seen you at the wax place, and I was like, what? I was like, what are you talking about? First he said, I got on the phone with him. He was like, you just finished getting the wax, and I was like, hold on. Like I was like, what are you talking about? Like, first of all, how do you know that? And then he had told me that, and I was like, oh, that was her. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, she said something about your tattoo, and she had hit me up saying like, I know you did it. I know you did it. And I was like, yeah, you should have told her. I was like, yeah, that's my best friend. He was like, I did. So when I ended up getting on there, she didn't even put two and two together. Like I had to, like, yeah, like I seen you literally a couple of days ago,
Yeah.
cause it was literally probably a 72 turnaround, like 72-hour turnaround. Like I seen him, and then seen something about co-host and was joking with RD and was like, oh, put a good word, put a good word in for me or whatever. He was like, do you feel it out? I was like, yeah. And then I want to say the next day, she texted my phone and was like, are you available these days? So after the conversation, I was like, wait, so this mean that you picked me to be your co-host? She was like, yeah. And I was like, see, look at there. Like, yeah, it's fun. We have fun over there, though, for
If you
sure.
didn't get that wax, you would have been. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. If I ain't going there that day, we wouldn't be here. But that's why I say everything happens for a reason. Like, literally, everything that you go through in life, like, everything that you do within the day is set up for something bigger, for sure.
The hardest part is like going through it. You be feeling like, damn, like all this bullshit going on. You don't feel like it's something building up to make something greater.
I tell myself all the time, like, once I get uncomfortable, I know elevation is near. So it's like, it's really all about surrendering yourself to the Most High or, like, whoever you believe in. So it's all about surrendering yourself and not allowing that worry to manifest in your thoughts or even in your words. So, yeah, just being vulnerable and just like surrendering and being like, hey, we just finna flow through life. Like, have a plan for sure, but we just finna flow.
How you do that? Like, how you surrender yourself?
That's something I'm working on.
Yeah.
It's so hard for me. Like, I've trained my subconscious to worry. I've trained my subconscious to be defensive. And I feel like that just comes from my childhood. It's not necessarily something that I did as an adult. It's literally childhood. So for me, what I've been doing is a lot of self care. Um, really just shower meditation. Water is my element. So shower meditation and then taking the time to really just listen to my thoughts, like what's going on in my head and really just sort them out, staying organized as well and just reminding myself like you're uncomfortable because you're like right there. Like don't give up. And people keep telling me like only if you can see, if you can come out your body, have an out of body experience and really like see how close you are to everything that you manifested. Um, don't give up. So that's how I do it.
I feel like media play a big role in it, or like the things we watch, the things we listen to, the things we don't read.
Yeah. Like for me, I find myself to do that a lot. I'm not really hard on myself due to social media, but I feel like I critique my content. Um, because I'm kind of seeing what everybody else is doing. It's not that I'm trying to copy, but it's like I look at it from a psychology standpoint.
Mm.
So what are you doing that's different from what I'm doing that's consistently catching somebody's eye or consistently wanting somebody to engage or you know what I'm saying, buy your product or whatever the case may be. And kind of like tweak it to make it my own because obviously I advocate for authentic work.
Yeah.
So it's like to make it your own for sure, but I mean for me social media is like I've gotten to the place where I don't compare myself no more. I used to do that.
Yeah.
Um, Now that I know I don't have nothing to compare it to, you know what I'm saying? Confidence. So now I look at it from a psychology standpoint and really just study what's going on. Yeah.
Gotcha. So you creative director too.
Yeah.
So what do you do on the creative director end?
So I write out the treatments and not only for like music videos but like short films. And then I would say like content as far as like a brand goes or like a person. However, I mean, I'm my own brand. So like for instance, my layouts for anything that I'm doing, I really just create a topic and I just write out the treatments for the whole thing. I don't really go into detail because I'm a hands-on person.
Mm.
So I would just include like what exactly I want to see in that part and then once I get there, kind of like direct it. And it is harder being that I'm in it. So I have an assistant that kind of just has the type of eye that I have, and she'll kind of critique or I feel like you should do this and do that. But photo shoots as well. Like I create the vision for a photo shoot. Um, Virtually, I work for Sox X Productions as well in Atlanta. So like for her virtually, I will produce
Mm.
virtually. So say she might hit me up and say, "Hey, I've already did a treatment, but I need assistance with like props and filters, like enhancements. I
Mm.
need you to like do your research and do that. Figure out what's gonna bring it to life. I'll do that." Or say she's working an artist and she's already running out of treatment, but it's something missing and she needs assistance or she just needs research on the artist or the song or whatever the case may be. Like I'll assist with that part too.
Okay, dope. Who you listening to as far as music?
Um, I've slowed down on listening to like trap music and uh, like hip hop a lot. So right now I'm listening to like Londrell, um, of course the Erica Badu's, her, Janae Aiko for sure, Summer, um,
nobody don't let Lauryn Hill go. They always, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
like Lauryn Hill. Like for me, I've made a playlist, so I kind of like put all of them, all their albums, all their stuff together, and when I want to listen, shuffle, and I make it do what it do. But I'm yeah, right now I'm really just staying off of like trap music. Nah, I do listen to it
Yeah,
because I'm Bujetto, so like,
yeah,
so it's there. The basics. I would say like Nardo um, let's see, the baby for sure, Lil Baby, Future. The who's. It's some underground artists that I listen to that I'm just kind of like trying to fill it out right now,
mm,
because again I'm not really listening to it. That's not what my ears want to listen to. I could say like when I'm in a different zone, I would say in my spiritual zone, doing certain
yeah,
doing certain things. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would kind of listen to just to fuel up the energy that I'm trying to put into it. If that makes sense. Um, if you picking up what I'm putting down, people gonna understand what I'm trying to say.
yeah.
But other than that, no, we slowing it down in my household for sure.
So what got you on like the spiritual journey? Cause I mean, I can tell you like you own it. Even like look at your pictures and
Mhm.
everything, you kind of express it
Mhm.
through your pictures sometimes. So like, what got you on that journey?
Um. So looking back at it, I kind of always been spiritual. Like my family has always attended to that part of our culture. Um. I feel like with my grandmother, that's where it strayed away. So that's where we lost it at. She did express to me why that happened. Um. She really just wasn't acceptive of the dark end of it. It was more like love and light for her. So she wasn't ready for that balance. So that's where it strayed away. I picked it back up. What made me pick it back up though was having my son in 2017. I just was going through a lot, and I felt like religion wasn't working for me. I was like, it has to be more than this. Like this cannot how everybody else is doing it. It's not working for me. Like I have to do it a different way. I'm very big on knowledge, like, and learning and just wanting to know the root of things. And like I said, philosophy, psychology, like I'm big on those things. So with me, um, I just started researching,
Yeah,
like, and getting to the nitty gritty and making it make sense for me. You know what I'm saying? And then applying it to my life and making the alterations that I needed to for it to work for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't tell somebody how to do it because your journey is not mine and my journey is not yours. Um, but yeah, really just having my son, I was tired.
yeah,
And I was asking God, like, I was having them breakdowns in the car, like, hey, me and you, the Most High, please, like, help me get through this. Because if you help me get through this, like, I'm going to surrender. I promise. Like, I'm going to make the most of my situation. Just help me get there. Just please help me get there. So many things fell apart. Like, I was so uncomfortable, but I'm so grateful.
yeah.
Like, I'm so grateful for sure.
Did it like, once you made it through,
Hmm.
you feel like it was like, okay, this the path I'm gonna be on from here on forward.
For sure. Once I figured out what was going on and really got to the nitty gritty of it, it made sense. Like, it just made sense of, like, why I am the way I am, why our families, our culture, like in America, like the black community, it just made so much sense. I would say it even assisted me with like really finding my calling and to know like what I'm comfortable in because creative directing is my creative passion. Um, but mental health is like top tier for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it just made me more aware. Um, of other situations and kind of take me out of my own situation. And then again, like I said, just apply my spirituality and not having to force it on anybody else, but kind of like, okay, so if you are Christian, let me speak your language. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
let
He
me
ain't
let
trying
me
to.
talk to you in your language so you can understand what I'm saying so you can apply it to yourself. Like how you know how to do it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What photography, like you do photo shoots and all this. So
Yeah.
do you feel like it helps you out as well? Like you say you know showers
Mhm.
and you pamper yourself. What about photography? Does that help you like express yourself as well?
Yes, being in front of the camera does. What it actually caters to is my confidence.
Mm.
Mhm. My confidence for sure. My self esteem. Growing up, I really didn't have it. Like I was that person that you would look at and be like, oh yeah, she's so confident. She's so pretty. And I was struggling
Yeah.
behind closed doors. Like it was bad. So yeah, I would say photography, like doing photo shoots and just creating content, like just creating different scenery, like really expressing myself and then being tasteful with it, like really being that example that I can be who I am, even if it means like show skin and it don't gotta be like on no whole shit. Like you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's tasteful. My point is gonna get across for sure. Yeah. So it helps a lot. Yes.
Who is some of the photographers you like working with?
Visions. Vision by Alexis. I think that's Alexis's Instagram. And then Exhibit J is who I'm working with consistently right now. That is my photographer. Like that's any photo shoot that you have seen me done recently. I would even say like mid last year up until recently. That is who is shooting me, Exhibit J. Yeah. So we collab on different visions. Right now we're focused on like creating art. So anything that we feel like can be hung up on our walls. You know what I'm saying? Like we feel like people gonna be like, yeah, I want this
Yeah.
portrait in my living room.
So you trying to be in people's house, man?
Yeah, I'm trying to be in people's house. My house first, but yeah, I'm trying to be in somebody's living room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be like painted or like just like the actual picture, you know?
actual picture.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be actual picture. So that's what I've been working on, like my physical health too, cause I used to dance. So as far as like, and I mean like, not a stripper. Everybody was like, dance. I used to dance. No, not that dance. I used to be I used to dance ballet, jazz, hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So my biggest two were point and ballet. And I used to be able to do the whole nine, like on your toes, the stretches, everything. And that's my biggest thing. Like I'm working on my physical health so that I can kind of get to that point where I can still do the awkward and the weird positions that look like art
Yeah.
and then create it into something. But we're really working on it. Like we're really it's progressing for sure.
They got ballet schools in Jacksonville.
Yeah, they do. You didn't know that?
Nah.
They have dance studios, like real dance studios. Like the dance studio that I used to dance for, they were at the Olympics, like in Paris when the Olympics was in Paris. Yeah, they performed.
That's dope.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that about me. They're like, you don't look like you got rhythm. I have rhythm.
Yeah.
I'm clumsy. That's actually how I stopped dancing because I hurt myself. I broke my elbow.
Damn. Which dance was that? That was the. I mean,
Um,
maybe you can tell they feet be all messed up from like dancing and
yeah,
shit.
and gratefully, my toes ain't messed up from point at all. But what I think, it was tumbling. So basically, tumbling is like gymnastics, but dance in a dance form. So I think my mama made me nervous, really. Now that I really think about it, because it was like the bring your parents to watch you type
You went too hard.
class. Yeah, and they were teaching me how to do a back handspring. And I was just like, always coming home and telling her, like, yeah, mom, like, I'm going to be able to do it. At that point, I was able to fall back into a back bend. Like, I didn't need no assistance. You know, sometimes you see people, like, holding somebody in the back and then just bending over. Like, I was able to, like, fall back into a back bend effortlessly and then bring myself back up.
Mm.
So they was teaching me like to fall into a back bend and then just kick over. But you know, you had to do it fast because the back handspring is an actual like blip. I was being spotted. I was being spotted and fell into a back bend and I felt the pop. But I was supposed to kick over. So like initially it was supposed to be it happened fast because it was fall back, kick over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The kick over part didn't hurt. Like it didn't even happen. It was back bend and a pop. She's like, okay, start over. But my arm wouldn't move out of this position. Like, it went. So once I was like trying to stretch it, it wouldn't move. And I got scared and I started crying. And my mom took me to the hospital. And eventually what happened was it popped out, but when it was trying to pop back in, it cracked. So I had to get a cast or a splint. I'm sorry. They did my splint wrong. My mom had 2 days later had to take me to Wilson's for them to do the splint right, and then had to see a specialist. And my specialist, I tell people all the time, like I flex on it because I see people who break wrists and got to get a whole cast. I tell people like when I broke my elbow, they made me a special cast. They made me a cast that was a cast, but they cut it in the middle and made it like a sleeve for me like to take off so I could take a shower and put back on. I ain't have that ashy cracking.
Yeah.
Like, no, as I tell people, I'm spoiled in real life, like, all around.
Man, how do you got them to do that?
I don't even remember. I think me and my mom was joking about it. And the doctor was like, don't worry about it. I just cut it down the middle for you so you can just take it off. We're going to customize the straps because the straps weren't just like the cloth that they use and I think like Velcro or something.
Oh, you had a good doctor.
Yeah,
the one
so
who know how to really do it.
Right, really do it for the kids.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, but I stopped dancing after that. I lost my scholarship, everything. It was bad.
So you had a dancing scholarship at first?
Yeah, I had a dance scholarship. I was going to go to University of the Arts. I believe that's what it's called in Philly.
So what you was gonna be like dancing in the how like the shows, the
like the Nutcrackers and stuff. Yeah, that was the goal. Yeah, and be a dance teacher. That was the goal.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why. I mean, I know why. I feel like for me, dancing is still creating. So I kind of feel like growing up, that's all I ever wanted to do was create. So it just makes sense. I'm still dipping and dabbing though. Like anything that I used to do that's still part of creating, I still do it like actively. I just don't know nowhere here, like in Jacksonville, that I can just kind of go and dance. I don't want to do dance classes, but literally be in a studio and just get me and my best friend together and because my best friend dances too. So like me and my best friend go in there and just fool around and like make our own choreo or whatever. I don't really know places that you could just go in there or that I could just book. They don't even have to be a dance studio, just like mirrors on the wall.
See, I told you ain't too many here.
Yeah, but I mean like real dance studios, like real like classes and they compete. Yeah, they have those. I danced at Studio 1014 on the beach and it's still there. Like I pass it all the time. So, but there's a lot of those. The thing about those places are though, like they don't offer a lot of adult classes. It's mainly like kids, and then after like you graduate, that's it. Yeah.
I see you all tatted up. I know you had to go to Nerds Inc. at some point.
You want me to lie or tell the truth?
Damn.
I mean, I didn't. It was a thought. So I'll give Nerds Inc. that, But I met my best friend, so.
Okay, you get a pass.
Yeah, I get a pass.
Your best friend Tat.
Yeah, my best friend Tats. Lame Doing Tats is my bestie, my twin. That's who does all my tattoos. I'm literally like his walk-in billboard. He didn't do all of them, but he did most of my bigger pieces. Yeah.
How you come up with them? Like what you want?
They have to mean something to me. They have to tell a story. And they just have to align with what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Yeah, so everything tells a story. It's a reason why I got it.
You got a new piece in mind, like something else you plan on getting?
We have to finish my back, actually. Yeah, so right now we're focused on my back. And we have to finish, we have to finish the sunflower and Isis. But my back, when it's done, it's going to be something different. Now y'all going to be like, oh, she don't ever have them closed. I don't. You right. But when this vat get finished, it's gonna wrap. Like, I don't know how to manage that because I'm gonna need y'all to see it every step of the way. Hard work and it hurts. So
You said they say you never have on clothes.
yeah, they say I never have on clothes.
Like
I'm either half naked or just half naked.
but like that's the new thing, like being a nudist or something like that. It's kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah. I'm a nudist in real life.
yeah.
Yeah, so like,
Oh, so you've been doing it.
yeah, I've been doing it, and I tell people like I grew up part time in Puerto Rico, so in Catalina to be exact, and that's where my family was at. It's in the mountains, and they don't have nothing. Like, I mean, they have their house and their land and their farm, but I mean, it's old school. It's crops, it's chickens, it's cows. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have hot water. Like, you gotta go get your water and boil it, take a shower. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's still like that. So, um, I have pictures where I have like, big t-shirts on and my diaper, walking around with no shoes. I grew up like that. Even when we came back to Jacksonville, like that's how my mama used to keep me. So
So you saying that kind of
molded me.
relates you to you
Yeah.
being a nudist.
Yeah, it just almost like molded me. Like that's what I was used to. So now like I walk around the house or if I go anywhere, I tell people too, I'm a respectful nudist. Like I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. So if I need to put on clothes, like the first time we link up, friends, whatever, like if you at my house, I'm gonna have on clothes. You know what I'm saying? Shorts, t-shirt, whatever. But once you're my friend and we're established, or you might do it established, listen, I don't care how you feel at this point, because you already knew what the hell was going on when you came here. Like, so, um, yeah, I'm real respectful with it. But my childhood definitely molded me. So now, and people like, how you do it? Because you got a son. I'm not nude around my son all the time, but he's growing up to not sexualize everything either.
Yeah.
So if I have on clothes, he knows something is wrong. Like he'll be like, "Mom, you okay?"
Or either y'all finna go outside
Yeah,
or
or we
finna
finna
go.
go outside. Like he'll ask me, "Are we going somewhere? Where you going?" Like he'll literally ask me. I'm like, "No," you know what I'm saying? But the usual like t-shirt and stuff like that. Like I usually barely have anything on in the house. I'm not always nude. But again, if I'm putting on clothes, he's like, "Where we going?"
So Amazon man comes to the door.
Yeah, so I just had that conversation with somebody because the thing that I've been doing lately, I'm like, dang, I want to go get a tan. I want to go lay out. But I have a porch in my condo, and my porch is fenced in. Like, it's literally a door. You got to walk, you got to, lift up the handle. It's a big door, and then you're on my porch, and then you get to my front door. So, I was like, I want to go to the beach. I want to go to the pool. And I was like, why? Like, you got a whole porch that the sun beams until the sun go down. So, I was just like, okay, so I'm finna go out there. I'm gonna do it there. And we just had a conversation like, so what happens if Amazon or the news person, the mail person or maintenance? I said, well, first of all, if maintenance is out and about, I'll put on a bathing suit or something. But weekends, when I know maintenance ain't a thing, the mail ain't a thing, Amazon ain't coming to me because I ain't ordered nothing, I don't care. Because how our gates are set up is like, if you see me, it's because you literally, like, double took and was like, what she got going on? Let me look inside. Like, you have to actually look. It's not a situation where you can just walk by and like, oh, damn, she's naked. Like, no.
I'm just saying, because, these days everybody pull out their phone with everything they see.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't care, though, so it's all right.
To a certain extent, no, I don't care.
What's the waist beads? Like, what does that mean? Because I see it a lot.
Yeah, so waist beads, depending on the culture, I would say it has different meanings.
Okay.
But usually, at least in the African culture, different colors mean different things. Mm-hmm. And women are usually given them when they reach puberty. It's like when they start their cycle, when they get married, like through different life cycles, basically, if that makes sense.
Okay, so the different colors might be depending on the lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle, tribe, culture. Essentially, they're not for fashion, really,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not for weight loss. But that is like a new thing that they're pushing. But it's so much more sacred and such like a big deal. It's so much more than that. Yeah, you track your weight loss for sure because if you lose weight on your stomach, like they drop. But that's not essentially what they're for, and they're honestly not made to be seen. You're not really supposed to see them.
Mm.
So like for me, I had waist beads on, and I probably haven't had waist beads on since January, since the new year. But I cut mine off because I cut soul ties with the person that was touching them, the only person that was able to touch them. So I had cut all of them off, like, and was just like, I'm gonna start over. Because it's really a thing that their energy is attached to those things, or their energy is attached to the waist beads. Also, the waist beads are supposed to be blessed before you put them on. Yeah,
What?
yeah. They're supposed to be blessed. And they're not supposed to be something you take off either. They're supposed to be permanent. So you're supposed to tie them on and they're supposed to stay there.
Where you get this information from?
Research. Research, and then the person I am a brand ambassador for as far as waist beads go, she's authentically like this is what she does. Like she wears them. And she gets her waist beads from Ghana. So she's spiritual as well, and we kind of sit and had that conversation because I told her I wanted to take that step as far as permanent, and then we just had a conversation. But even before I started wearing them, like I always wanted to know because you don't want to put something on your body and just like, what is this? You don't know the meaning. That's like when we were younger and we used to wear they used to call them like sex bracelets, like the
Mm-hmm.
little, what were they, like plastic bracelets that had a color,
Yeah.
and every color meant something. And if somebody pop it, then you gotta.
Yeah.
It's like almost like that. Like seriously, it's almost like that. Like every one that you're wearing, it means something, and it's sacred. So everybody not supposed to see them, and if they do something, everybody not supposed to touch them. Like you're not supposed to let everybody touch them either.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I see it a lot in like the yoga community. I always wondered like what it was.
Yeah, and
Are you big in the yoga or do you do that?
no,
Oh.
that shit hurts.
It's like dancing. You gotta.
I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. I said that's a goal. Right now, I'm not cleared to do dancing or working out. I was, and then as soon as I got cleared, I got hurt again. So now we're really just trying to figure out what is the problem, like what is triggering it. Um, I want to though because it's gonna help with my flexibility. My biggest goals, I'm not trying to tone up. Like my body is how it is because I waist train and I eat clean. You know what I'm saying? So, um, but I want to gain my lower body, upper body strength back and my flexibility back. Cause even when I was when I was dancing, I didn't really have I wasn't toned. Like I was
Yeah.
just strong as shit. I was strong, and I was just flexible. Yeah. So I don't really want to be toned. I want like a.
So you ain't trying to hit the gym and
I might hit the gym, but we not. I don't
you ain't
want
trying to lift. Yeah, you
muscles.
ain't trying to get.
Like
Yeah. I
my
got
calves could be a little big because that comes with just leg strength. But I don't want. I ain't really aiming for like
you.
a
You ain't trying
six
to
pack.
deadlift and all that.
Yeah, I ain't trying to be.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be one of them.
So you got to give me a ghetto story.
Do I gotta get a story that I want to share? Cause I'm not even in that phase of my life no more. Like
You got to release it here on the otherwise, guys.
a ghetto story. Dang, the only story that come to mind is like. I want to tell y'all that though. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all. I ain't gonna tell y'all everything, but I'm gonna tell y'all. So I used to hang out. I used to have a group of friends here, and I used to hang out with them. And we used to like have kickbacks at his sister's apartment that she wasn't living in no more, but she was paying for it. So we used to call it like the bando. childish. I know we are so childish. So we used to always go there and like have kickbacks and like hang out and drink. And this is when I was a heavy drinker. I mean heavy, like I was mixing my liquor, like brown and white.
Oh,
I was
that's a
a
sin right there.
Yeah, I was a big dog. Like this specific night, y'all. We played this. We made up a game, and we it's called Death. It's like 4 shots of brown, 4 shots of white, and I want to say the last 2 rounds is whatever, but you taking both. Like you're not. It's just not straight brown or white. It's like probably 2 white, 2 brown, and then the last round is however. I kid y'all not. I swear to you, I don't remember. Still to this day, don't remember past the 3rd round. All I know was I got sent video, like, cause we used to stay the night too. Everybody should just stay the night together. We like damn near brothers and sisters, so we always just stay the night together. I woke up the next morning to videos knocked out in the shower. I was like, bro, the last thing that I remember doing was dancing and telling people not to babysit their liquor. How did I end up in the shower dead, damn near, like, dead, like, I was like, this is ghetto. We're not doing this.
I'm done playing death.
I'm done playing. I swear, it was my first and last time. Like, I think I stopped drinking for a very long time. Like, Hennessy was this, even to this day. I smell Hennessy, my stomach turns.
Yeah.
I can drink it, but to smell it, because I'm going to take a shot, that honey smell that Hennessy got, oh my God. I was toe up for like a month. I said, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to smell it. I don't want to hear like y'all twisting the
Dang.
I was done. I don't want to hear y'all popping the top of a Hennessy bottle. I don't want to smell it.
Yeah.
I don't want to drink it. No, I'm good. Like, still to this day, like, we laugh about it. Damn, we need to find those videos. No, we're going to keep them where they're at.
Facts.
We can't find them, and we don't need to post them, because this is horrible. Like, it was so ghetto. I think after that, I really had to, like, sit back and was like, sis, you doing a lot. Like, this is ghetto. Like, you don't remember. I really think also I realized how dangerous it was.
Yeah.
Just not because I got sick, but just not knowing what the hell happened. So, and not being in control of that narrative. Like, now I trust everybody, so I know nothing happened. You know what I'm saying?
In that situation, luckily it was your fam. But
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
If
yeah.
it was another situation,
That would have
with
been
people you
it.
didn't know,
That could have been it for me. So I feel like that was a learning lesson, and I kind of took it slow after that. Now, can I still mix my liquor to this day? Absolutely. But I know I'm finna be.
Not no more. You ain't doing it. You ain't playing that game no more.
I ain't playing that game. You might can get 2. I might have 1 brown, 1 white shot, and then a drink. I gotta pick a side, like to actually sit and drink a mixed drink. I gotta pick a side. Shots, all right, we're gonna bust them back, but I can't have a lot, cause after a certain point, I be like, I'm done.